Want to see how I got this Volcano green pen, how I did it? Go on, stay tuned.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Wendy, and I'm back with another video. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and consider subscribing to your girl's channel. New videos be posted every Tuesday and Friday, and maybe another day of the week, depending on what's going on. A1 since day one, or however long you've been here, I sure appreciate you. Now I'm saying, now I'm talking about already, man. It's all love. So I decided to bring the pens back, baby. And I did so because why not? So the pen I'm working on today is a Volcano green pen. It's just some these rhinestones I got from Amazon. And I like to do the honeycomb method. In that bottle, all it is just some liquid fusion. And I like to put the bottle upside down in a shipping tape top, if that makes sense. You know how when you like pack or you ship something, you have that tape that has its own dispenser. Like I like to use the use an empty one and just put the glue bottle in, so that way it's always ready for me to drip. I also like to do the honeycomb method, but you got to be very, very diligent with the first few rows, essentially like your first row, because your first row sets up the rest of your pen. And if your first row is janky, the rest of your pen gonna be janky, sis, bro, you know what I'm saying? And so the honeycomb method is basically like, you see how I got that first layer down, the first line or whatever. Now I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna put rhinestones in between the spaces of the pen. And so like the first three rows, it's kind of difficult to do it that way. So what you'll see me doing periodically throughout the video is applying rhinestones and then going in with the push tool, the little metal piece, and put them in place the way that I want them to be, because I don't want any of the actual green showing from the pen. So I make sure that my lines and rhinestones are as tight as they possibly could be, because yeah, I've learned my lesson from when I first started doing these, you know what I'm saying? Because when I first started doing them, I would put it on there, you know what I'm saying, but I wouldn't really connecting the pen, I mean the rhinestones. And it's, you can see it best on the opal pen that I did. It's an opal pen that I did a couple months ago. And that pen, baby, that pen, because once your stuff dry, because it's all cute, you know what I'm saying, when it's glistening because of the glue and all that, baby. But baby, because when that sucker dry, you gonna be embarrassed. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you what I know, not what I heard. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done this and I sold that pen to a person, but I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't recognize it until after the fact, you know what I'm saying? After it was already gone, sis. So yeah. So now I know better, so I do better. So yeah, once you get here, and I like to try to give my glue like a little time to get tacky, because I just don't like really putting my rhinestones on to like fresh glue. So I try to give it like a couple seconds to get a little tacky. But oftentimes I really don't have time for that, because I try to get done as quickly as possible. So this pen right here only took me 34 minutes to do. And yeah, because I try to, like, I do it all in one sitting. So anytime you see me do a pen or a cup or whatever, I always do it in one sitting. Like, I don't like do a little bit then come back. I don't do that, because I feel like you should finish what you start. You know what I'm saying? So if I started and I started at 12, then I'm a go and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Same thing like with my nails. If I start my nails late, baby, guess what? You gonna go ahead and have to finish them. But so yeah, that's just my philosophy. You know what I'm saying? You should finish what you start. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, hey, don't start it if you can't finish it. That's all I'm trying to say, you know. And so it's very, for me, it's easy. But also I do have a lot of like rhinestone experience, I guess you could say. Cause I do t-shirts and stuff like that, and I do rhinestone t-shirts, but I also do tumblers. What else we do? We do tumblers, we do pins. What else we do, child? We do shoes. Uh-huh. But I don't do the scatter method. I don't know. Just for me, the scatter method, it don't look the way I want my stuff. It don't look the way I want my stuff to look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my stuff to be neat. I want it to be crisp. And for me, the scatter method is not neat. You know what I'm saying? And I know some people that do the scatter method very, very well. And it looks very, very good on the stuff that they do. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it kind of creates chaos. And I'm just like, oh, no, this ain't what we doing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I would ever try the scatter method, just simply because it don't look good to me. And I picked up the honeycomb method right away. And so and I didn't even know there was a name for it. I was just putting rhinestones down, child. And some lady was like, oh, you're doing the honeycomb method. You're doing it so well. I didn't know what that lady was talking about, child. I was like, honeycomb method. But then I started looking at it and I was like, oh, it does look like a honeycomb method. Oh, okay, I see. And so whenever I'm using, because this is my good rhinestone picker tool, katana. This is my good katana, baby. And yeah, I try to ensure that I have no glue at all on the wax part of it, because once you get glue on there and it dries, you have to like get something. I normally just use my nail, but you got to get something to get that off. And yeah, I don't want to do all that. And then I noticed that there was like lint on there from when I would, yeah, it was a lot, child. It was a lot. So yeah, there's really nothing else to say about this. And I did the volcano green on this pen because I felt like it would do it justice. So the volcano green is just simply like a greenish, purplish, almost yellowish type color. The camera really ain't doing it justice, shot. And I did try to zoom in a little bit more so that way you guys could actually see what I'm doing, because I know it's kind of difficult in the beginning because it seems so far away. But I did this close up so you could actually see what I'm doing, how I'm placing them down, because this same method that I'm doing here you could take for anything. You know what I'm saying? You could take it for your tumblers, but just remember that your first line and your last line are the catalyst for your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that they're as straight as possible, that they're neat as possible, because if they're crooked, baby, the rest of your tumbler gonna be crooked, honey. And I've had some tumblers that I've done for at least 2 years, and tell me why they still kicking. They still rocking, they still kicking. And I know on the first two tumblers, I think I use E6000 glue, but they're still working. And then once I got, learned that E6000 was toxic, then I went to liquid fusion. And the ones that are done with liquid fusion, and I'm particularly thinking about the pink cup I did, the pink on pink. I did that for my daughter, and it absolutely is still staying. They have some staying power. So I'm proof that if you do it correctly, and I don't prep my cups, I don't prep my pens, I've never lost a rhinestone on a cup, never lost a rhinestone on a pen. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's partly because I use gloves. So I try to ensure that at least on one hand I use a glove, because I don't want the oils from my hand tampering with what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'll hold the pen as so, and then with the other hand, as you can see, I have a glove on it. And so, yeah, that's just what I do. That's just how I get down. That's just how I do it. You know what I'm saying? So I really hope that you guys like this video, because your girl's trying to bring you more content. You know what I'm saying? So we never know around here what we going to be talking about. You know what I'm saying? But just go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so that way you know when I'm posting new videos, because, baby, yeah. So this has been Journey with Wendy. I'm she, her, I'm Wendy. New videos are posted every Tuesday and Friday, and maybe another day of the week depending on what's going on. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave them down below, or hit your girl up at Journey with Wendy with an I, not a Y, at gmail.com. And with that, you know what that means, that your girl is what? That your girl is a